How much do you think you really know about what your bass playing sounds like? Are you hearing what other people are hearing in your bass playing? I'm going to tell you a story to save what happened to me from happening to you. Stick around. Hi, I'm John Liebman, founder and first baseman of ForBassPlayersOnly.com. I've taken all the frustration out of learning bass so you can build confidence, have fun, and just enjoy playing music. If you're not yet a subscriber to the For Bass Players Only YouTube channel, take care of that now so you don't miss anything. There is so much helpful stuff right here for anyone who likes bass and who likes learning bass. I also want to make real quick mention of a free lesson I have for you. It's called 10 Easy Rock Riffs. It's a video lesson with play-along audio tracks and a downloadable PDF with all the music, including tablature. You're gonna love it, especially if you're over 50 and parts of you hurt. Just click the link under this video and you can download it totally free, my gift to you. Or just go to ForBassPlayersOnly.com/riffs. When I was, I think about 19, maybe 20, it was one of my first times in a real live recording studio. I was cutting some demo tracks with a band, and I thought I was pretty hot stuff. The tape was rolling, yes, it was tape, and we're all playing, everything was good, until the engineer ran the playback on the tape recorder. And for some reason, I don't know why, but he isolated the bass track. So the only thing everybody heard was me. And I got to tell you, at first, I didn't even know what I was hearing. It was so bad, it didn't even sound like a bass. It just sounded like a whole bunch of noise. Some of the sloppiest bass playing you can imagine. I was mortified. To this day, I don't know where I found the strength or whatever it was inside me to continue pursuing a career as a professional musician. Somehow, though, I did. And in hindsight, that experience was probably one of the best things that could have happened to me, although it certainly didn't feel like it at the time. Going forward, I studied a lot of music. I went to school. I practiced a lot of bass, and I did improve a lot on both the electric and the upright. Fast forward, say, 10 years from that dreadful day in the studio, and I was laying down the tracks for my first book, Funk Bass, my slapping book. Technology had progressed to the point where I was able to do the recording at home. I was living in LA at the time, and I'd rented a DAT recorder, digital audio tape recorder. Yes, we were still using tape in those days, and I recorded those tracks in my bedroom. This time, no one else was there. And the recordings for my books were mixed so that the listener could pan hard to one side and hear just the guitar and drums, or they could pan hard to the other side and hear only the bass. So I knew I was going to be exposed, and I was going to make darn sure those tracks would be clean, they would sound good, and they would feel good. As of today, I've written 10 bass books, all published by Hal Leonard Corporation, and a play-along book, which happens to be a Jaco Pastorius play-along book, but that's a whole other story. But for every one of those books, I turned in a collection of bass tracks I was truly proud of. It's funny because among the 800 or so bass player interviews I've done, and all the bass conferences and bass camps I've gone to, and all the NAMM shows I've been to, I've had the privilege of getting to know Carol Kaye, Leland Sklar, Chuck Rainey, Abraham Laboriel. I mean, it doesn't get any more major league than that when it comes to studio bass players. And I remember asking some of them about their in-studio experiences. I said, what if the track sounds good with the band as a whole, but some of the individual instruments, not necessarily the bass, have a fluff or some noise or some other undesirable sound? And basically the answer I would get was, oh, that happens all the time. The producer might say, well, you could redo your part if you want, but no one's going to hear it anyway, so it's up to you. Now, had I known that 10 or 20 years earlier, I still wouldn't have done anything differently because, as I told you, my bass lines I knew were going to be totally exposed. But I share this story with you in the hopes of inspiring a certain level of excellence in your playing. I didn't say perfection, but excellence, not settling for good enough if you know you can do better. You don't have to beat yourself up over every little note like I did and still do, not just in my books, but in all my online resources inside for bass players only too. But try recording yourself. And if you're brave enough, listen back to those recordings. Not to get discouraged about any bad stuff in your playing. On the contrary, to identify things that need fixing and to figure out how you're going to solve those problems and improve as a bass player. Try it. I'd like to hear about your experience and the results you get from honing in on your own bass playing like that. Listening to what you actually sound like and doing something about it. Contact me at ForBassPlayersOnly.com or leave a comment under this video. Either way, I really want to hear from you. And don't forget to download my free video lesson, 10 Easy Rock Riffs. It's super popular and it's totally free. Just click the link under this video or go to ForBassPlayersOnly.com/riffs. I've taken all the frustration out of learning bass so you can build confidence, have fun, and just enjoy playing music. That's all for now. Short one today, but I'll see you next week. I'm John Liebman. Let's play bass.